Visit CCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit CCG Castle for more. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. Today we'll be looking at Primal Groudon with the Carbink BREAK. So Primal Groudon 240 HP barrier, Primal Reversion. Yep, it's a Mega Primal Groudon with a barrier whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, excluding Pokemon tools and stadium cards. Prevent all effects of those cards down to these Pokemon. So it's just freaking amazing. No Crushing Hammer, no Lysandre, no Enhanced Hammer, no anything. No Escape Rope, nothing can affect Primal Groudon-EX, which is just amazing. And of course, Gaia Volcano can hit for 100. And if there's any stadium card in play, this attack will do 100 more damage, and then you discard the stadium from play. So 200 damage with 4 energies. It's a big energy cost, but with help of the Diamond Gift Carbink, you might be able to accelerate your Primal Groudon on the bench. So that's pretty much combo with. These days, a lot of people actually plays EX decks, so a Safeguard can actually help you to prevent your opponent from being able to damage your Carbink. In the meantime, you can evolve into your Carbink BREAK. Discard as many energies in your discard pile, so you can just power up your Groudon or Primal Groudon, so you can just start to use those Gaia Volcanoes. I'm running 4 copies of Carbinks, 3 Carbink BREAKs, 3 line of the Primal Groudon, which is 13 Pokemons in total. From item cards, I'm running 2 copies of Mega Turbo. It's a good card because 4 energy cost for the attack. Mega Turbo can always help you if you don't have energies in your hand, but you have, for example, 2 or 3 energies on your Primal Groudon. 1 copy of Super Rod, so you can recycle those Primal Groudons or Carbink BREAKs, whatever you need. 3 Trainers Mails, 4 Ultra Balls for basically search your deck for Primal Groudons and Carbinks, and 4 copies of VA Seeker. So with VA Seeker, you can grab pretty much any of supporter cards you play, but the most important thing, you can grab easily Pokemon Scintillate and heal 60 damage from your Primal Groudon, and you actually have 240, which is just tons of HP. I know Primal Groudon is not going to be that good without Wobbuffet and without Focus Sash, but still, I didn't make this to be top competitive deck. I still think that this is good. Tier 3, Tier 2 deck that can actually surprise your opponent, but it might be even much better in some other combos, maybe with even Talonflame and Wobbuffet, or just maybe with pure Talonflame or something like that. But I still giving advantage to Carbink because it's much better with the Carbink BREAK, because if you play a mirror match with the if you play match against EX decks, then you actually have a pretty decent chance to do win against it. So from supporter cards, 1 Hex Maniac against those Greninja breaks. Of course, you really need to have Hex Maniac so you can prevent those John Water Shurikens. 2 copies of Lysandre, so you can switch one of your opponent benched Pokemon and pretty much knock them out. So that's the reason why 2 Lysandres are good. 4 ends. Yeah, pretty much no shaming. So 4 ends are gonna be very, very powerful right here. 1 Centaur Lady, so you can heal the damage of. 1 Ranger, of course, in case of those Giratinas or maybe and Glaceons, so that's the reason why Ranger need to be in this deck. 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, discard your hand, drop 7 cards. 3 Scorched Earths. Scorched Earth will actually help you to drop some resources. Once during the turn, you can discard Fighting Energy or Fight Energy from your hand in order to drop 2 cards, but of course you need to have Stadium, so you can just hit for 200 with Gaia Volcano. 1 Shrine of Memories, just in case we don't want to basically discard Stadium, we can just go even maybe for Messy Red for 170 with 2 Strong Energies. So you can preserve Stadium for the next turn. 2 copies of Float Stones for the free retreat on those Carbinks, but maybe even on the Primal Groudon. Only 2 Spirit Links and 12 energies, which 4 of them are Strong Energies and 8 of them are just basic fighting regular energies. If you're looking for any of these cards, as usual, you can find them on CCGCastle.com. And with TCG Center 5 code, you can also get 5% discount on your purchase. So I will play 1 game right here against Greninja BREAK and 1 other game, so you can definitely check that. It was definitely epic battle against Greninja BREAK player, so you should definitely enjoy watching this video. So see you in the game. Alright guys, let's do this. So waiting for my opponent to set up so we can actually start. So today I'm playing with a Primal Groudon. It's a beast with 240 HP and with Gaia Volcano, attack that says 100 damage and 100 more if there is a Stadium card in play and you need to discard a Stadium from play. That's just freaking amazing. So I'm starting with my Groudon in the active position, as you can see. But at least I have Float Stone, so I can retreat down to my Carbink. And there's a Scorched Earth and an Ultra Ball, so a few pretty good cards, I guess. And the Lugia, a Zorua, and Carbink for my opponent. So there's a Max Elixir. What he can get, he can definitely get 1 energy. Very nice, 1 energy on the Zorua. And he just decided to pass his turn. So I'm going to use my Scorched Earth first. And this is going to be Ultra Ball for a Ranger and a 1 energy. So I can take my Carbink. And basically, I'm going to play my Float Stone so I can retreat, of course. Or no, I guess he might just try to confuse me. So I guess I'll keep my Groudon in the active spot to take some damage without even attaching energy. So I really want to get that Scorched Earth next turn for maybe extra drop support. I really decided to keep another Scorched Earth in play, and of course my Scintillator in case of the another stadium for my opponent and some kind of the damage counters. Really doesn't matter too much about energies. I'm running enough energies to be able to power up my Carbink. So there is 1 Wally for Zoroark, but unfortunately that Zoroark is not going to be able to hit more than 40, so I don't need to worry too much about it. Damage, 40 damage, not a big deal, I guess. And the top deck is just a Super Rod, so there we go with a Scorched Earth. A Strong Energy? Really? It's time to attach that Strong Energy, I guess. And it's time to play that Center Lady. And it's time just to, as the turn. I mean, I can just wait for another 40 damage and then use Center Lady, and then I will have 20 damage. But, oh, there's a M, so I guess I did a good job by playing my Center Lady at this turn. So there is a Primal Groudon, another Groudon, Scorched Earth, Trainers Mail, and Sycamore. So I guess I will just go with Trainers Mail and Sycamore for 7 without thinking too much. But if I can get energy, I can just even knock out his Zoroark right here. And Lugia can just hit for 120, 130 maximum. So I can definitely do that. Let's go with the Scorched Earth, Mega Turbo, and Carbink Break. Really don't want to discard that Mega Turbo. Trainers Mail for Super Rod and a Float Stone. Okay. Super Rod and a Float Stone. Super Rod and a Float Stone. I think Float Stone might be good. And I also think that I will throw everything out with the Sycamore for 7. Why not? I can do that. I really can't do that. So there's another Carbink. I know that I'm increasing damage for my opponent that he can do, but I really don't care about that. There we go with a Carbink with a Diamond Gift for 80. Yes, my friends, for 80 damage, and 2 energies are going to be attached on my Groudon with the Spirit Link. So for the next turn, Ultra Ball for Primal Groudon, and basically we'll try to get energy and maybe even Mega Turbo so I can at least the beast. I mean, unleash the beast, actually. Unleash, yep. So there's another Max Elixir. Will there be energy for the Lugia? Who knows? Yep, it would be. One more for Zoroark. I mean, Mind Jack maximum 100. Carbink 110, so it cannot be knocked out. At least that's something. So don't need to worry too much about it. My opponent's Pokemon can hit maximum for 120. I mean, Lugia can hit maximum for 120, and Mind Jack for 100 if I have only 3 Pokemon on my bench. So he will need like 3 turns to knock out my Primal Groudon. Well, that's just a freaking too much. So there's an Ultra Ball for that Professor Sycamore, and for that Trainer's Mail. I guess I don't need Trainer's Mail. Just want to attach my Strong Energy on my Primal Groudon. And there we go. This is going to be energy attachment and the VS Seeker for Professor Sycamore for 7 new cards. I mean, I could even get with a Center Lady, but I think that's not worth to do that. There's another Carbink. I guess I have enough energies in my disco pile, so I don't need to use my energy, so there we go with a weakness. So 2 more energies to attached. Where? Let's go with another Groudon, why not? 1 prize to take, which is another Lysandre. Okay, so right now I have Groudon with 3 energies and Primal Groudon with 3 energies, and I also have 1 energy sitting in my hand. The best thing he can maybe try to do, get the Lysandre and Lysandre my Groudon for 120, but then I can retreat, or I can just knock out his Lugia with my massive Rand for 150. Now there's a big Enhanced Hammer, but he can actually just use Enhanced Hammer on my Groudon-EX, but he actually used it on my Primal Groudon. Oh my friend, that was the big mistake. Yep, it's a time. It's time to use my Primal Groudon. It's time just to hit for so many damage right there for 180. Actually for 200 because I have... No, 180 actually. Well, 180. 180.fm, I guess. So there's just a Hex Maniac and Carbink. At a good time I managed to get that Hex Maniac, to be honest. So I can just shut down his ability and pretty much go straight away for the knockout. So there is a Shauna for 5. Yep, let's just go with the Hex Maniac for the knockout. Another Zorua just enters the play. And the Diamond Gift will be just for the 20. Yeah, I definitely need to laugh a little bit. Why not? Why not if I can? Hex Maniac, and yeah, he can just attach some fighting energies on his Carbink or Darkness energies, whatever he wants. But yeah, I can just use my Hex Maniac, and I can try to power up my another Primal Groudon. But this is just gonna be 120, and now for the knockout, because I have that Strong Energy, and I can take 1 more prize, which is gonna be N. Alright, there is a Zoroark. So Zoroark is capable right now to hit a Mind Jack? No, but there is, guys, Zoroark Break, so you can just go for 200 freaking damage. Yes, 200 freaking damage with the full play. It's gonna be devastating blow. And 10 more for the stadium, so I'm down to 10 HP. Oh my goodness, I almost got knocked out right here. Almost, but almost, like almost. So 1 Ultra Ball for another Primal Groudon, so I can have another one. And more than that, this is just gonna be a Sycamore for 7. Yeah, Sycamore for 7 because I really want 1 more energy so I can attach it on my Carbink. So just in case of some crazy, I don't know what. Let's use that Scorched Earth because we can. And let's hit with that Gaia Volcano for 440 damage with just a single shot. So, yeah, definitely, his Zorua is going to be capable to knock off my Primal Groudon. Probably you're not going to see that every day, but I have another Groudon sitting on my bench to take a knockout against his Zorua with my massive Rand for 260 damage, and that's pretty much a GG right here. Boom. 300 because of the Strong Energy. So yeah, pretty much a GG. Okay guys, so I'm trying to start first, so I'm calling the heads. Unfortunately it's a tails, so my opponent will go first. Let's take a look at the hand. So there is a Groudon for me, and pretty much nothing else. I mean, I have Hex Maniac and 2 Strong Energies. I will do my best. I think on the other side it's Greninja, so it's gonna be very hard to play against Greninja. So let's see. I mean, at least I can Rip Claw for 70 with my Groudon, but it will take 2 turns to power it up. So at least I have that Hex Maniac sitting in my hand in case of the Greninja for those John Water Shurikens. At least that's something. There's Professor's Letter for 2 water energies, I will assume. Okay, Alright. And Ultra Ball for 2 energies. Pretty nice. Pretty nice play for Froakie. Yes, it is. At least he didn't start with Turn Flame. So there's a big Wally for Artillery, maybe for Frogadier. Actually for Artillery, so he can have a Beazle hand. More than that, let's see what else he can do right here. 1 energy attachment, a Beazle hand for 2, I guess. Against Greninja Break, I think this deck have a very small options to do something. So I guess I will just pass my turn. Really don't want to use Hex Maniac yet. I mean, he can use that a Beazle hand for 1 or 2 cards, it really doesn't matter. But he first needs to burn some cards from his hand. Right now he has 5 cards sitting in his hand. And if he wants to use that Water Duplicate, he will definitely need something like a Switch. And he managed to find Switch or the Float Stone, so there's also Super Rod, so he can bring back those 2 Water Energies. And the most important thing, he can use that Water Duplicate for 3 more, up to 3 more Greninjas. So there's also Professor's Birch Observation for 4. Which is also a pretty good supporter card, because with Artillery you can easily grab that 1 extra card. And right now I'm probably gonna see that Water Duplicate, so how many Frogadiers he can put on the bench? 2 of them. Okay, let's go with a Ripclaw for the 70. It will be enough for the knockout. Still no time for the Hex Maniac, I guess. I will take 1 prize, which is going to be Carbink. Okay, at least something. And yeah, Frogadier is going to be promoted in the active spot. I mean, I could use that Hex Maniac, but I didn't. I really don't want to use it yet. I'm waiting for those Greninja breaks to enter the play. So I get rid of 1 of his Frogadiers, but he have 2 more Frogadiers. He already played that 1 very important Super Rod. I will expect to see maybe 1 more. There is 1 Greninja on the bench, 1 energy on the Greninja on the bench, which is interesting, and a Beazle hand for 1. I'm kind of confused. Yes, I am kind of confused. I don't know why he didn't evolve active Frogadier. Maybe he has Sycamore or Greninja sitting in his hand, but I really don't know why he didn't evolve his active. So he can just use that Moonlight Slash. And to be honest, right now I can knock him out, or I can go with my Sycamore for 7. Or I can Hex. But I will definitely try to get more energies, and maybe somehow my Primal Groudon in play. So there is a Trainers Mail for N. More than that, there is another Trainers Mail for a Seeker. I guess I don't need those 2 cards. And a Scorched Earth. I will take the risk. Okay. I mean, Ripclaw is going to be enough for the knockout, no doubt about that. So he has only 1 Greninja in play. And I need 2 more energies if I really want to one-hit knockout his Greninja. So 1 Mega Turbo and 1 energy attachment will do the job. So there's the big Greninja break that enters the play right now. And this is going to be 1 more energy attachment for a Beazle hand, of course. John Water Shuriken and Moonlight Slash, so I will have a 140 damage on my Groudon. That's it. That's another Froakie sitting on his bench, and I guess I'm forced to use my Sycamore for 7 instead of my N. I'll be Seeker for Birch for my opponent. Let's see if it's gonna be 4 or 7. And it's gonna be 7. It's gonna be 7, and it's gonna be big 7 cards. And a Float Stone. 140. Doing a quick math. Yeah, I should just attach that energy on this turn instead of that Scorched Earth, to be honest. It's still not over yet, that is for sure. But when I play this Sycamore for 7, it's going to be definitely painful without... Oh, it's very painful. It's very painful. Oh my gosh. Let's see what I can find with the Trainers Mail. Just one more Lysandre. At least there is a Carbink, so I can attach energy onto my Carbink. And I can use my Super Rod if I really want. But more than that, Ripclaw for 70. And will there be heads? At least it's a head, so if you don't have 2 energies in his hand, he's not going to be able to... he's going to be actually able to knock out by any means my Groudon in the active position. There is no doubt about that. So even without that Primal Groudon, I would be able to knock out his Greninja Break by my Groudon if I actually didn't misplay that energy attachment before I actually used that Scorched Earth. It is how it is right now. I would be in the better position, but right now I'm very, very back. I even don't have another Spirit Link anymore, so at least I'm going to use my Super Rod and go with my N. Right now even his Auxiliary have that Float Stone, so probably some in the later game I can definitely try to Lysandre his Remoraid when he actually evolves into Auxiliary. There is Wally for probably another maybe Greninja, maybe, yep, Greninja. Yeah, 170, and instead 170 is just 70. So there is one more water energy, and this is going to be probably Moonlight Slash for 80. At least we are both equaled, down to 4 prize cards. So I'm going to use my Super Rod. How many of these Seekers I played? 3 of them. Yep, 3 of them. There is Groudon, and there is Ultra Ball, a big Ultra Ball actually, for a Carbink break. So I can actually accelerate my benched Groudon, and I can maybe even try to buy me a turn right here by Lysandring my opponent Remoraid on the bench, and basically by using my Diamond Gift to put my 2 energies to my Groudon on the bench. So without Float Stone or Switch, he's not going to be able to retreat, and that's very important. And basically, if he cannot do that, he needs to pay 1 energy to retreat his Remoraid, and then he cannot attack. So I hope he's not going to be able to retreat, so I can maybe even N and try to get that Primal Groudon so I can Mega Evolve. That's definitely going to be very important. So there is a big Lysandre for my opponent, so he can definitely Lysandre my another Carbink or my Groudon-EX. But I still have that second Float Stone somewhere in my deck or in my prize card, so I can easily grab it. So there is 1 Water Energy and Professor Sycamore. So he decided to go with the Sycamore for 7, so he discarded that Lysandre. And I hope he's not going to be able to retreat right there, to be honest. If he cannot retreat, I'm definitely score right here. There is even Auxiliary, so this might be even a Beazle hand. But right now he even have 2 retreat costs to pay in order to retreat. So let's go with 1 Scorched Earth. There is even another Groudon. More than that, 1 energy to my Carbink, and there we go with a N for 4 instead of the V-Seeker for 7. There is a big Primal Groudon, and there is also Ultra Ball. I will just Mega Evolve right now. I'm just looking forward to Mega Evolve and take a big risk right here with just 2 energies. But luckily, I still have that a second Carbink, which can actually help me to get into Carbink Break and accelerate 2 more energies on my Primal Groudon, and then I can just one-hit knock out his Greninja Breaks in play. So there's a big die ball for one more Frogadier if he actually had one, but I will assume that he does not have. So just another Froakie. As long as he's not going to be able to retreat his artillery for one more turn, I'm definitely in a big advantage right here. So there's a level ball. Of course, you want to waste as many resources to get a very important Float Stone or a switch. So there you go, the Abyssal Hand for 2. Still, I have that VS Seeker for Hex Maniac, which is going to be very important at some point of the game, but also VS Seeker for maybe a Center Lady, or even better for the Lysandre. So there is Birch Observation for 4 cards. Okay, so he can still grab one with Abyssal Hand, maybe even 2 or 3. There we go, another Abyssal Hand. Still no sign of the Float Stone. No Float Stone, no retreat. My turn. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. I managed to survive this. Do I want to use my Diamond Gift? Yeah, I guess. Diamond Gift for 20. 2 energies to be attached on my Primal Groudon. And next turn, I guess I can rock and roll. Definitely. I can try to rock and roll on my next turn. I have Float Stone. I can free retreat my Carbink on my Primal Groudon, and I can Lysandre one of his Greninjas, basically his Greninja Break without damage counters for the knockout. And Sycamore for 7. Oh my goodness, Sycamore for 7. He's down to 4 cards. He needs to use John Water Shuriken. He needs to use Super Rod for those energies. He really needs those energies. But the most important thing, he also needs that Float Stone. So he decided to bring back those Frogadier's line, Frogadier family. Of course, with the Fisherman, he can get easy access on his energies. And there's a Evo Soda for one more Frogadier. We are both equal, down to 4 cards. I can maybe even surprise my opponent by decking him out with my V6 for N. So I have a few more options to do right here, actually. He is very low on the resources. He's down to 6 cards. Even decking out your opponent is a part of the strategy, so you don't even need to win in order to deck out your opponent. What should I do right here? I think it's time to retreat and to start applying some pressure on my opponent. So I'm going to VS Seeker for that Lysandre, so I can basically knock out his Greninja on the bench. And this is going to be Scorched Earth for 2 more cards. So none of these 2 cards I can actually use. Let's just go with Gaia Volcano for 240, and I'm going to take 1 prize. Unfortunately, with Rough Seas for my opponent, his Greninja Break is going to be knocked out next turn. That is for sure, but even with Rough Seas, is going to be knocked out for 140. So maximum damage he can do is 140 right here, so it's going to be a lot of damage. There is 1 more Greninja that just enters the play. But first he needs, of course, to find energy resource if he wants to apply so many pressure. And there we go with a N. So I'm going down to 3 cards. He will take 4 cards. I hope he's not going to be able to power up more energies for those John Water Shurikens. Only Moonlight Slash. There's a Abyssal Hand for 1 more card. I mean, he had tons of energies in his discard pile, 7 of them, and 1 on his Greninja Breaking play, and he's down to 4 prize cards. So he just decided to quit. I'm kind of impressed because he just ran out of the resources. And definitely that Lysandre for that Remoraid on the bench was just a big deal because he was not able to retreat, and I managed to win the game. So once again, guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video. So once again, there's a full deck list. If you're looking to build, you can definitely use it and try, or maybe do something on your own, or maybe just try to rebuild this to be even much better if you can do that. And of course, if you want to test it. So don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel for more future videos if you have any questions. Till the next time, have a nice day.